we can also restrict the user's access to different performance measures by going to the Access Permissions page. And here we get a list of all the users registered with the system, and by identifying the user whose access permissions we want to modify, we can go in and select the business unit and year. For this example, we just have one of each of these, so that's very easy. And then we click the button indicating that we want to set specific access privileges for this user. What we get is a pop-up with all the elements of the Energy Institute's safety framework listed. More specifically, you're getting all the elements from the framework that you have chosen to use for your company, but we'll cover the process of choosing explicit performance measures from the Energy Institute framework in another video. Here we're going to go in and look at the first area of leadership, commitment and responsibility, and just for a demonstration we're going to restrict these. Note that by default all users are getting full read and write access to all elements. That means they can see all the values and they can change those values if they want to. If we want Kerry Cork not to be able to change the values for the first element, and then we select read only access, and just to illustrate, we'll also withdraw read access for the second element. So that means Kerry won't even be able to see those data. So that's the two different levels of access permissions available. And we'll go and save those. And when they have been saved, we will get a confirmation from the system. Now we can sign out and sign back in again as Kerry. And we can then see that the first element, which the first performance measure that Kerry happens to have on her dashboard, where we gave read-only access, we can see that there is the change data button has been replaced by a read-only note, showing Kerry that she has not got write access to this data. She can still see the data. She can also still see what changes were made to the data by whom, but she cannot change the data herself. If we go and have a look at the second performance measure, which was performance measure 2, we can see that the name has an added restricted access label in brackets. This indicates to Kerry that she will not be able to go and look at that performance measure, so she will not be able to see the data. And indeed, if we try clicking on it, it takes us nowhere. That link has been disabled. So that's how a performance measure will look when you do not have read access or write access. The read-only access looks like this one on the dashboard, you can see the data, but you cannot change it. So that's how the system allows users to restrict the access of other users on a performance measure level. So you can choose exactly what performance, who can change, and who can see the values for each performance measure.